Okay, welcome to part 42 for working on the car. Today we're going to go in and cut out a little bit of rot around the rocker panels, the passenger side rocker panels. We're going to kind of see how far the rust goes in there, and then maybe we make some plates and fix it today. So that's what we're going to do. Let's go out into the shop and go from there. I'll see you guys out there in a moment. I just need to reconfigure everything here, and yeah, we'll go from there. Okay. Uh, Give me one moment because I think I wasn't planning on doing a car stream today. But yeah, we're going to cut out the rot that's behind the snowblower right there. I'll be right back. 1 second. Okay. Let me just see if the garage rig is up and running, and then we'll go from there. I also don't want to mess this hat up. So. Oh. Okay. Okay. Can you hear me? Cool. 5 by 5 by 5 by 5 by 5. Good. 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 Okay. Let's get the jet engine going here and get some heat into this bad boy. Propane is online. There we go. There we go. All right. Shoot. Let me get my furred hat on. Here we go. Get the furred hat. All right. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start messing around with the rockers over there. The rockers are the pieces that are underneath the door. You can't see it, there's a snowblower in the way. Hold on. The snowblower that works. All right. So we're gonna cut out some of that and see how far the crap goes in the rocker. The reason why I'm gonna do that is because if you guys noticed, I have it mocked up. The car actually looks relatively like a car again. Like I don't know if you could see that. It looks car-like. I have the back on. We have the trunk extension. I have the wheel well in place. Let me move this so you guys can see. So, we got all this stuff on here, and the reason why I'm doing that, the reason why we got to go after the rockers is because that's where I need to start rebuilding in order to get all this stuff attached correctly. That's, yeah, that's what I got to do. Hope you're feeling better. Oh no, I'm having a terrible day, Pat. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Excuse me. We just gotta wait a second to get the heat up in the garage, and then we can start working. So we gotta go after the rockers so I can figure out where this all lives, get the wheel well, get this all in place. Yeah. And we got to see how badly those rockers are rusted out. They, looks like there's a lot of mud in there. So we're probably going to need the respirator and the face shield and stuff. So yeah, I'm just letting the heater do its thing. I'm gonna get the heat up in the garage and then we'll go. But yeah, the reason why I need all this stuff all lined up, guys, is because when I do eventually get a quarter panel for this and we hang it, I need all this all like it needs to be mocked up. You got to mock it all at once, right? Like I got to put the quarter panel on here, right? And then make sure it's lined with that, make sure it's lined with that. We're not going to necessarily be burning anything in today, but yeah. I may have missed a few VODs, but is the suspension rehung? No, it's not, but we could do that today if we really want. I mean, yeah, might as well. I have the parts. I have the shackles. So we can do that too. Yeah, we can do that. Is the other side just as bad, so you have to do it 2 times? Yeah, pretty much, dude. It's rusty over there. It doesn't seem to be as bad as this side, but yeah, it's still rusty. Get some coffee. Yeah. Yeah. Let me get my jacket on. Hold on. I was gonna suggest beer. No, I'm good. I don't need a drink. So, where do you guys want to start? Start by cutting stuff out. We can start by hanging the suspension. I got to clean out one of the leaf spring bushings on the other side if we're going to do suspension, that's all. Do you have Crocs on? No. No. But yeah, the parts that we do have, this starting to look like a car again. I'm actually pretty happy with all that, how all that's coming together. This stuff is actually fit with minimal hammering. Let me put it that way. It's cool. Don't see many people working on stuff, stream working on stuff. Yeah, Summit, I do my work on the internet because, you know, like for two reasons. One, it's cool because people don't do that a lot. Two, I'm not the best at this, man. What do I know about body work? Not much. I mean, enough, but you know, I find that if you're constructive and you're not a dick about things, people will help you. So, yeah. What make? This is a 69 Coronet sedan. It's a Coronet 500 sedan. It did have a fender tag at one point that, like the one, like Winter Car, that tells you what kind of car it is. But this car at one point in its life got hit where the fender tag is, and the quarter panel was replaced. And then when they replaced it, they they took the tag off, which is a little weird, but whatever. It's all good. But yeah, well, once again, I'm not wasting time. I'm just waiting for the heat to get up in here a little bit. I don't mind working on the car when it's cold. I'm no stranger to doing that. I used to work on cars in my parents' driveway, rain or shine. Yeah, maybe I'm getting a little soft in my old age. I don't know. This does look nice, though. I'm actually pretty damn happy with how all this is coming together. I think where we last left off, dudes, you saw me put the wheel well on, and then we kind of shaped it, and we kind of figured out that it's going to make a weird pinch line there, but the pinch line doesn't look too bad. Other things that I've done is I really started to go around the inner wheelhouse trying to figure out what I need to patch and stuff. And that's how I came to working on the rockers today. Because, yeah, we got to do that. But dude, it does look good, man. It's starting to look like a car again. We're getting to the point. We're getting to the point where I'm adding to the car and not mostly subtracting. Now today we're gonna subtract a lot, but yeah. So, all right, let me get my gloves on and let's get going. We have taken a lot off of this car. Most of this car is in my vacuum cleaner over there. Most of the back of this car, I should say. If you haven't seen me work on these in a little bit, actually these gloves will do me just fine. I think these ones might have a hole in them though. All right, let's go. Yeah, they do, but it'll be fine. It's a 69 Coronet. Yeah, that's what this is. Yeah, we're actually, like I said, we're adding more metal. I did do the trunk. That's what I was saying. I did the whole trunk and I repaired the frame rails, and it's got 2 new rear leaf spring perches on it. And yeah, man, this thing's starting to look like a freaking car again, which is pretty cool. That makes me happy. All right. Sorry, flag keeps coming undone. Just figure I'd be honest. Okay, let's get the camera up to where we're gonna be doing some of our work here today. All right, let me flip it. Whoop, All right, so if you look at this at face glance, you see that there's some rust down there. But if we open this up, you see that there's a lot of rust down there. What's the story of you acquiring it? Is it just a project? I bought this car in 2013 because, okay, Jixu, I'll give you a real quick story. I bought this car in 2013 because a two-door car in this condition would go for 10 grand. Even back in 2013, I think at the time in 2013, they'd go for like 5 or 6 grand, which honestly, a two-door shell in this condition for 5 or 6 grand, pretty good. I like the two-door Coronets better. Can't afford a two-door Coronet. What I can do is afford a four-door Coronet and then fix it for less than it would be for acquiring a two-door that's rusted. So, yeah, I bought this with my buddy back in the day to figure out how to work on it, and yeah, it sat for a long time. I drove it. I just did small fixes and I got it running. Small fixes. And basically it sat from 2013 to 2016, and then 2016, 2017, I got it up and running, and I drove it around all summer 2017, and yeah, then I parked it. I parked it, life got in the way, etc., etc. You've heard this story. But we have a shop now, so there's no excuse. So let's get it running. Hey, Stupid Man, thank you. Thank you for the bits. Sometimes it looks like a Mercedes from the side. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, the four-door cars, everybody wants the two-door cars because race car, Jixu. Everybody wants the two-door cars. The four-door cars go for nothing. Even nowadays, you probably find a four-door for 2 grand. But nobody wants them, right? Because, oh, I can't have 4 doors. The reality of the situation is that with modern powertrains, two-door, four-door, it's not gonna matter. It doesn't matter. I don't really care. What I do wanna do is make this look nice and kind of, get a nice shell. The reason why I wanna do that is because I have a 2004 Dodge Ram outside, sitting in my yard with a 5.7 Hemi in it. I'm gonna take the wire harness out of that Dodge and the 5.7 Hemi, and we're putting it in this. We're gonna put it in there. And we're gonna build that Hemi out. And this car is gonna end up having like 400 or 500 horsepower, and it's going to go faster than any stock two-door Mopar from the time. So, whatever. This is a 318 car, so for the Mopar nerds, this is a 318. 318 with a 904 behind it. 500 was the mid-level trim for the Coronet in 69. This is not a special car. The modern day equivalent of this would be like a Toyota Camry, a mid-level trim Toyota Camry. That's about the same. It's just a mid-size car. Yes, this is mid-size for the 60s, I know. It's very spacious. Plenty of room in the trunk, see? Plenty of room. Is it gonna go to Mecum someday? Hell no. No. The other reason why I'm working on a 4-door is because if I screw it up, who cares? No one cares about a 4-door. If this was a 2-door car and I screwed it up, that would be a significant investment loss because 2-doors are expensive. But yeah, that's kind of the, not only are you reviving it, it's getting a power up. Yeah, baby. Yeah, so I really got to make sure that there's no rust on this. Nothing like that, that's for sure. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get in there today, and we're gonna cut that out as much of it as we need to. So the first thing I'm gonna do is, hello, my name is Jeff, Tasty Rust. I know I have a lot of oil cans over there. Sorry about that. I've been lazy and I haven't gotten rid of all my waste oil. Yeah. First thing that I'm gonna do is gonna go over this with a wire wheel and see where we need to cut out. See, you're also working on your car. You just pulled your Shelby out of the shop after the Whipple swap. Now time to do some tuning. Yeah, that's good. Are you gonna sell it to Fleetari? Well, actually guys, funny story. if you played My Summer Car, right? If you played MSC, this is the car that Fleetari has, only it's a 72. Fleetari, the Ferndale in My Summer Car is a 72 Coronet. This is a 69 Coronet. It's basically the same car. It just looks a little different on the outside, which is kind of cool. So am I gonna sell it to Fleetari? No, it's mine. I always said in My Summer Car, if you could buy the Ferndale and work on it, I would, comparatively to the Satsuma, and here we are. All right, let me get my respirator and the face mask on, and we'll, actually, we probably don't need to do that just yet. I want to show you guys this. Let's use the snowblower as my hanger. All right, so, as you can tell, this is not great. This rocker panel is completely thrashed. It's completely destroyed. I did find a little bit more rust here on the rear. This is the rear pan. Well, you can see it right there, and you can see a little bit right there. Let me show you. We did find a little bit more rust. We're gonna have to patch all this up, but first we'll start here. This right here is completely unusable. I can't do anything with this. The parts that look right are Bondo. It's fiberglass, or well, not fiberglass. It's epoxy filler. So this is completely unusable. Also, in case anybody was wondering, whoever patched this, whoever patched that used a beer can as a backing plate. It's Coors Extra Gold. We're cutting that out today. Yeah, there's a beer can in the rocker panel that somebody used to patch this. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Yeah, we're actually gonna try and fix this because this is a unibody car, meaning that the structure of the car, the body panels are taking the structure. It's no chassis that the body is on top of. This is a structural piece of the car. So when the car drives around, this is going to bend and flex with the chassis, right? And rust doesn't bend and flex, it just breaks. So we're gonna go after this with a wire wheel first and kind of see what we need to get at here. Let me plug this bad boy in. And you can see that the rocker has seen better days there. It's only, what, 57 years old? 58 now. Or no, 57. What the hell just happened there? That was weird. The fader wasn't all the way in. Oh, I'm a ghost! That's awesome. Sorry about that. Okay, so the wire wheel is plugged in. Let me get my face shield, and I don't think we necessarily need the, I'm gonna put hearing protection in too, so. All right. Yeah, that's rust. I don't feel like breathing in iron oxide today. I'm gonna put the respirator on, dudes. Come on, get over the head. There we go. All right. Okay, got my face shield on. With the respirator. Got the gloves on. I'll be honest. Oh yeah,
I gotta take the wedding ring off. Wedding ring is in the aux box, chat. There we go. In the aux box. Holy corrosion. Yeah, it's not great. You don't need any vitamins with it. Yeah, Yuri, that's right. Okay. This is gonna get a little messy. Listen, friend. I know things are rusty, but it's gonna get a lot worse. That's all mud. Oh no. Is there any metal here? Oh, that's terrible. Is there any metal? It's all Bondo. Oh no. It's all fucking Bondo. Crap. That's not great. That's not great at all. Where does the metal start? Okay, I found some metal. I found some. Okay. Yeah. That's good. Not. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to get this down to metals. I found some metal. There's some. Does that help? Oh, that's pretty caca. Oh, that's bad. Okay. Dude, how much Bondo is on this? There's a half inch of freaking Bondo here. What the actual frick? Brother, this is not how you use Bondo. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is bad. Not good. Oh my goodness. Dude, it's so bad. there's, like I said, there's gotta be, maybe it's not a half inch, quarter inch, easily a quarter inch of Bondo in here. Oh my goodness. There's no metal here. There's no metal, it's gone. From here back, this is the only metal. Oh wow. How far back does the metal actually go? I mean, this is all junk, it's no good. Creepers, creepers. Wow. And now what I'm looking for is any kind of seam or anything. Yeah, I don't see one. Wow. You guys seeing this? This is not good. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know what we were expecting. My floor is totally covered in Bondo. Yeah, that's this all needs to be replaced. It's junk. It's junk. I'm gonna ask this now since I'm back from drinking. Why does it seem that Marcia at Associated Press is always the first one to ask a question? I have no idea why that's a thing, dude. Clayton Squirrel Restorations must have gotten it with all that Bondo. It's body filler, Luiso. It's not even fiberglass. We gotta wait for the dust to settle with the Bondo. Oh, that's caca. It's a rocker, pilot, yeah. I think that whole rocker panel is pretty much toast. There ain't no fixing that thing. We're gonna have to find a replacement. Yeah, this is... I mean, the beer can was kind of a dead giveaway that this was not in good condition. Damn. I'm gonna have to get the cutoff wheel. I want to section this right here and see if we can get this piece off so we could see in at the inner rocker panel. Because how this works is you have a stamped piece of steel that's kind of a C shape like this, and then there's an inner rocker right? The inner rocker is like this, and this outer rocker is a C shape, and when they clamp together, or when they weld them together, it becomes one solid structural piece. And this pinch weld right here is where the inner and the outer meet. That's the pinch weld on the top, and there is a pinch weld on the bottom. Like I said, the outer rocker is kind of C-shaped, like this, and then the inner rocker is flat. And it's pinch welded to it with a spot welder. How long have you driven this car again? I drove this car around in 2017, dude. I got this up to a really, really high speed on the highway. And had I known what was under this, I probably wouldn't have done it. Legally got it to a high speed, legally. Man. Okay, we got to cut off a piece of this, and we got to figure out what's behind that damn rocker panel. I'm gonna try to, I mean, there's nothing here. There's nothing here to fix. We just got to cut it out. Yeah, this is where, I mean, they make them. They make these parts. You can buy them. You can, believe it or not. But the problem is that they make them for two-door cars. The two-door car is a little bit different how it goes together than the four-door car. Fly came undone. I don't know why that likes to do that. It's quite annoying, but hey, whatever. How's the A-pillar? A-pillar's fine. Yeah. So, yeah. Let's cut that beer can out. That's what we're gonna have to do. I'm gonna get the wire brush off of this thing, and let me unplug this before we go to swap. We'll put a cutoff wheel in there and we'll start cutting. Who told you to start cutting? Who told you? Where do you think this is coming from? Where do you think all this Bondo's coming from? The sky? What do you think? What are you talking about, buddy? The rocker panels are over there. What did I tell you? The rocker panels are over there. Say the damn rocker panels are over there. Good enough. Junkyard time? Not with this car. I already started fixing this thing. This thing ain't going to the junkyard. But like, that's the thing. If you're saying go to a junkyard to get parts, honestly, we'd have to go out to the desert. The only place where these things are intact is out in the desert, dudes. Southwest, so like New Mexico, Arizona. That's the only place where these cars are still around. You're not finding one around here. Believe me, I've looked. Anyway, let's get the face shield on. Face shield back on. For parts still Lucy? Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Yeah, it would be very nice to just get another one. The other thing is that, this shape isn't too incredibly complicated. I might be able to make it. The other thing is that I have some extra patch panels that I got for free from somebody else's project. Might be able to use some of that too. You're going to keep those cans of oil, it'd probably be better to keep them outside the fire risk wise. Oh. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, let's see what we got here. Wow. There's the fiberglass. Wow. This is bad, man. Jeez, what the hell happened to this thing? I'm gonna have to section underneath this thing. Let me just sweep up because I'm gonna be lying in this. So because that's all fiberglass, dudes, I don't need to breathe that either. So let me get this bad boy back on. You don't want to breathe that crap. It's not good for you. And that ain't no hippie stuff either. You definitely don't want to breathe that. That's terrible for your lungs. Let's see what we got down here. Okay, so I'm gonna section this like this. Ready? And then we'll do one lengthwise along the pinch weld. Okay. So I got a little bit more. Any music radio like in game? No. Let me get, oh nice, I got a new pair of gloves. I forgot I bought these. Extraterrestre Bondo. Don't remind me of that game right now, dude, but yes, that's funny. Don't remind me of that freaking pile of crap. All right, let's get the beer can out of here. Coors Extra Gold, baby! Let's freaking go! Yep, they use the beer can as a backer for the fiberglass. And then Bondo. That's disgusting. But we're keeping the beer can. We're keeping the beer can, chat. Oh, this is bad. This is not good. Oh. This is just a block of Bondo and fiberglass. It's ridiculous. It's like 2 pounds of fiberglass. I think you're taking this winter car thing too far. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So you can see right here, that's where the outer rocker is, which is like a C shape. And then we could just see the inner rocker here, and there's an intermediate plate which is completely destroyed here. This intermediate piece right here with the holes in it is there for to keep the door structural. Oh man. Yeah. It was C-shaped. Yeah, the inner rocker's no good. Fuel line's okay though. Oh, wait, nope, that's junk. Fuel line's cracked. I see a crack over there. You guys can't see that, but yeah, that is the fuel line. I will replace that. There's no fuel in it, don't worry. The inner rocker is shot over here. That's no good. Yep. I was afraid of that. Yeah, this car is, let's say, seriously structurally compromised. Yeah, and we'll call it there. There was a reinforcement plate here for the door jamb. See, that's what this is. Yeah, this is supposed to go down to here. This plate, it's supposed to be down here somewhere. But because they put that fiberglass and all that Bondo in there, all it did was trap water. It made the car look okay from the outside, but all it did was just trap water in there, and
Discovery, go at throttle up.
thank you for the resub. Appreciate it. All it did was trap water in there and rust it from the inside out. Oh. Looks like a lot of the rocker panel is like that. Damn. That's bad. Trying to see up to what point do we have contiguous metal around the whole thing.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
I see a lot of daylight peeking through there. That's good. Hey, Jack and Jacobs. Thank you.
Yep, that's old cars, dude. That's old cars. That's what it's like. It is what it is. What's bumming me out is that the inner rocker panel is hosed. It's no good. It's not in the best condition. Sell the can at Meekum. Nice. Give me 1 second, dudes. Sorry. What do you mean, Rob? Sorry, I had a message I had to answer. Yuri, you still here? No, it's not Jack Yuri, no. Get the two-door part and use it to mold the rest. Yeah. So the inner rockers are caca. That's bad. But I do have a Coors Extra Gold, part of an Extra Gold can, which is pretty cool. Keeping that. That's pretty neat. Do you know if OPG carries Coronet sheet metal for 4 doors? As far as I can tell, Moist, no one does. You can see the problem meter going up. Don't remind me of that game right now, dude. I don't want to talk about it. So, the rocker panels. Yeah, okay. This car is a unibody car. There's no frame, there's no chassis underneath it. What we have is frame rails. How do we fix it? A welder and a metal bender and some time. Welder, metal bender, and some time, dude. That's pretty much it. Refocus. Come on. Okay, so because we don't have a chassis, right, underneath, Rob, we don't have anything like that. How this works is the frame rail, you could see it right there. It's this piece. It goes down underneath there, right? It goes down underneath, so if we're parallel with the car here, frame rail goes down like this. Where my hand is, there's a bracket. I was about to say cross member, but it's not. There's a cross piece right there. That cross piece connects to the inner rocker. And what that cross piece is made out of heavy duty steel. It's big, heavy stuff. The reason why that cross piece is there is because that's where the leaf spring picks up on. The front of the leaf spring, so your front suspension mount, is between the rear frame rail and the rockers. Now, why is that a big deal? I said before, this car is not on a chassis, it's a unibody. So structure, there's a ton of structure carried through that area because of the front suspension mounts. The load from the front, from the suspension, is being transmitted through the rockers. Your rocker panels. So like I said, you have your inner rocker that looks like this and your outer rocker that kind of looks like this, and they go together, right? That's the frame rail. That rocker, the thing that looks like Swiss cheese that had a beer can in it, that's the frame rail that connects, that's the structural piece that connects the front and rear of the car. It can't be rusty. Can't have holes in it. Outer rockers, not a big deal to fix. The inner rocker being gone, or not gone, it's there, somewhat, is a little bit of a problem. Can you weld tubs around it? Yeah. Can't weld a tub around something that doesn't exist. That's the problem. How did the Artemis 2 wet dress rehearsal go? Terrible. They didn't make it. So, see, where I'm at is like, what do I do here now? I'm seeing holes in the inner rocker panel behind and in front of that tie-in. Now the good news is that it looks like where the tie-in is actually welded, that the front rear suspension mount, where that's actually all kind of put together, doesn't look too bad. That part is actually intact. It's rusty, believe it or not, in front and in back. But I'm gonna need to plate it. We have to plate it. We got to. And I'm not sure how I'm going to plate it from the inside out without cutting the rest of the outer rocker off. We're going to need a lot of beer cans, for sure. Yeah, I mean, guys, I'll be honest with you. This really isn't anything I didn't know. Until you go in and see in there, then you can really kind of see like, oh, man, that thing's hosed. It's pretty bad. Further kind of, well, like I said, one of my goals for this project is to figure out how far gone, like what does a car that's too far gone mean? What does that exactly mean? A car that's too far gone doesn't mean that it isn't fixable. Everything is fixable. I'm really quickly learning that a car that's too far gone means that it's just a lot of work to fix it. That's all. Yeah, Mara, you're in the same position with your 205 GTI, no rocker left. Yeah, that's structural, unfortunately. That's, unless we want the car when we're driving down the road to bend like a taco, we gotta fix it. We gotta fix it. What are you working on here? My 69 Coronet. It's got a lot of problems, but we can fix it. No problem. That's the passenger rocker, which is, like I said, it's struggling. It's struggling. But like I said, it's fixable. We can fix it. Everything is fixable. The whole point of this car is to learn. So, well, we got our work cut out for us here, that's for sure. Yeah, this is all junk. Kind of want to get the metal off the rest of this. There are holes here. We can patch those with the welder. It's just if there's fiberglass and caca behind it, I don't want to weld it and have it catch on fire. We don't need to burn the car down to the ground. I don't hate it that much. This is going to be a tough one, though. Fortunately, we're not rusty around where the passenger door comes back in. We're not rusty here at all. If it was rusting around there, I'd have to pull the B-pillar. And that means we'd have to take all the doors off of the car, which, yeah, I think that would be pretty much it. But it seems to be okay. We got a couple of holes here and there, but the bottom of this, the inside of that is hosed.
See, it's just water and crap has been sitting in here for so freaking long. And the crazy part about this is that this much of the car is freaking rusted off and it's still pretty damn strong. It's pretty cool. And you know what, guys? I'm not even like too obsessive about making this look nice. I want it to look right from the outside, but on the inside here, I just want it to be strong. Like, it doesn't need to be pretty in here. It just, I need it to be strong. We can't have rust. And this is very rusty, very rusty. Let me get the vacuum cleaner. What are the biggest issues with the car? I'd have to say you're probably looking at one right now. Hello? The cable go, dudes? Still got you on the Mini. That was weird. Something went, yeah, and the vacuum cleaner shut off. Hold on. I hope we didn't trip something. Does the vacuum cleaner still work? Nope, we tripped a breaker. How did we trip a breaker with a vacuum cleaner? What the hell? Hold on, guys, let me check the breakers. Everything should be coming back now. That's very strange. I don't like that. Give me one sec. It's the control panel for the cameras that's off. What else is on that circuit? Things. Give me one moment. Yeah, there we go. I don't know. Things. I can't believe I tripped a breaker with a damn vacuum cleaner. That's not good. They are GFI breakers, Mason, yeah. Huh. Well, whatever. So the way I understand it is a unibody is a tub on a chassis. No, no. Unibody, if you have a frame of a car and the body of the car, with a unibody, the frame is welded directly to the body of the car, hence unibody. Basically, the chassis is structurally integral to the vehicle. The reason why you do that is because you can stamp, you can make the structure out of stampings outdoors. You can make the structure out of stamp. This is all stamped steel. It's all stamped steel that's welded together to make something resembling a chassis. This is all structural. All of this carries the structure of the vehicle. On an older car, like a car from the 50s, you have a steel frame, and then the body is on top of that. The steel frame is the structure of the vehicle. The body is just the place where people sit on top that looks nice. Yeah, Yuri, maybe. Damn, dude. All right, let's take a look at this a little bit closer. What do you guys see? That's not great. You see rust. Yep. Yep. Let me get my light out. Okay. Fellas, I'm not gonna lie to you, that does not look as bad as it seems. There is a lot of crap in there. There's a lot of crap, it goes all the way down. Yeah. But the top parts of this is actually seem okay. Like the parts with the door, the parts that's up towards the door, that all seems fine. And then once you get far enough down, it actually seems okay. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, this, I look kind of up here, up top. That's all clean. It's not rusty at all. The top part of this is actually pretty okay. I'm actually I'm kind of taken aback, to be honest with you, that, huh. Might not be as hard as we think. What I think we should do is cut. We should cut more. We should cut out more to see. But see all this? See how you can see to that leaf spring bracket in there. So if you look through the hole, you can see, if you see where my finger is, look at my fingers. See that? That's that leaf spring bracket that I'm telling you about. It goes through and it attaches right here. That doesn't seem to be too bad. By too bad, I mean it's not rusty. It's just a little pitted down here. Like, it's not rotted. There's a hole right there that we need to fix. From here back, though, it's kind of boned. But we can plate that. That's no problem. Yeah, see? This is no good. That's all junk. And this is where the inner wheelhouse picks up on the structure. Somebody borked a pinch weld right there. It looks like someone jacked the car up from here at some point and it cracked, it screwed up the pinch weld. I'm just kind of debating on how we're going to go about this. So I know that the inner rocker is actually two pieces. There's a piece that goes from about here to here. And then there's a front rocker. It's a two-piece inner rocker. The outer rocker is one piece though. But the coupe, they only make 2 doors, and the 2-door ones right here, it kind of indents a little bit because the quarter panel from the 2-door goes to about here, which kind of sucks, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Yeah, this is pretty hosed. But if we section it right here, we could just rebuild the bottom. I don't see why we couldn't do that. Yeah, here, let's close this. Hello. Oh, there is a little bit of caca on the door right there, but we can fix that. That's no problem. So what I was telling you guys is it goes till about here. Right about there is where all the junk is, and I might be able to, like, it's cracked all the way there, so this is already hosed. From here forward though, seems pretty strong. That seems pretty fine. Once again, reinforcing the theory that I can't figure out that the front of this car is not rusty and the rear of it is. I have a theory that this car is, somebody used it to back boats into water and it was submerged. Like, that's the only running theory I can really kind of figure out, but we got to cut it till about here. So this is a rocker panel, guys. This is the sill that's below the doors. This is the rear door right here, and that's the front door, passenger side. Yeah. Damn. That was right there. See, the inside is all pitted. The outside doesn't, no, the outside sucks too. Even if the outside is nice and smooth, and this looks like decent metal, this is no good. That's junk. Wouldn't be surprised if they used it to launch a boat. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Yowza. That is roached. All right, guys, I'm thinking I'm gonna put down some tape right here, and we'll just cut along the tape till about here and see how bad this actually is. Oh. Might as well, we're here, let's do it. I'm just using tape because I know it's good metal. Just a good old boy who loved his boats. All right, let's see what we got here. Guys, I'm still bumming about Skidmark. I'm still bumming. Sorry. I know I should let it go, but I'm such an idiot. I died in Winter Car, if anybody's wondering. I'm pissed. It was my fault. I didn't glitch the game this time. All right. We'll build a new one. We'll build a better one. That's right. Have a beer. Yep. I was working. What happened? I skidded off the road, Magellan, like an idiot because I was driving too fast. Not the beer that had the fiberglass in it. Yeah, I don't really feel like drinking that one. Let me get the respirator back on, dudes. Yeah, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, cool boy. That's right. We can rebuild it, home planet. We have the technology. Okay. Hearing protection, gloves, and steering wheel are all on. All right. So here's what we're doing. I'm going to do an incision following the tape. We're going to try to cut all this out. That's pretty much where it stops. And then we'll zip it down and go from there. Okay, ready? Well, the good news is that most of this is metal. Most of it is metal, dudes, which means that's good. That we got ahead of the rust. Okay, I got to do a incision. Sorry, cable's caught up on the camera. My eyes, I wasn't ready. Sorry. Wear PPE. I don't like that. I don't like that angle. The whole point is to figure out where the rust starts, right? And then get rid of it. And then, go a little bit away. You want to get ahead of the metal. So you want to find parts that's still solid, cut from there, and then replace downward. Like, this is all good metal from here up, which is nice. That's good for us. See how easily I'm cutting through that? That's not metal. It's Bondo. See that? Oh, yeah. Dudes, holy crap. Look at all the body filler. Holy balls, look at that. It's 1/8 of an inch. See, this did nothing. All that did was just hold water against the metal. Dude. Oh, that's jank. Oh. See this? None of this is metal. This is all rust. But above it though, see above it is nice. Listen to the sound that it makes. Hear the difference? See, that means from the blue, where the blue tape is all good metal. It's a little pitted, but it's okay. Like you could see up here, there's just a little bit of scale on it, but if you take it away, you kind of rub that scale off. Like that should tell you everything you need to know. See how shiny it is? That's good metal. Which that's gonna be good for us because yeah, this is junk. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is the yummy stuff. Look. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh dude, let me taste it. Oh look. There's a piece of the original dude. Dude, tell me you got that's metal. That's metal doing that. Bro, it's the surface of freaking Mars in here. Mars, not Mars. Oh, yep. Yep. Yeah, see? That was not metal. Bondo was holding this thing together. This is body filler. See that? That's not what you're supposed to use body filler for. You're supposed to use it to smooth out edges. You should not use it as in a structural application like this. Oh. Oh. That's just tasty. Oh, yeah. Yummy. I hope nobody's eating dinner right now. I'm sorry. This is gross. Okay. Okay. This is all solid, dude. Good. We're from there forward, we're pretty solid. That's really good. That's good news. This, dude, that's metal. This is metal breaking apart like with the consistency of a cracker. Like a saltine cracker. It's just shattering into a bajillion pieces. You gotta be kidding me. The good news is, dudes, is that there really ain't any mouse nest in here. It's just rust. Rust and Bondo and fiberglass. I don't see any mouse nest or anything, which, once again, that's... Oh! The inner rocker is almost completely intact, dudes. Oh, thank God. It's a little mangy, but it's all right. Couple of spots here and there, but we're good. Oh, oh, that is a huge load off, man. Here, let's, here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go in here and... This is all solid up in here, dudes. Good. Couple of pinholes here and there, nothing we can't fix. Man, this car was rusty. Damn, dude. Give me 1 sec. See what we got down here. undo the cutoff wheel, move that out of the way. I'm gonna see what I can see under here. It's clean, dudes. You guys gotta come see this. There's a little bit of rust here and there, but top side of the rocker looks good. Back side of the rocker looks really good, actually. I'm really not too upset about it. It's actually pretty good. I have no idea how, comparatively, for the rest of the car. Yeah, it's rusty, but it ain't too bad. Here, come here, look. Okay, ready? See? Not too bad. Those holes that are up there are for bolts that hold the carpet and stuff in place. This is actually okay. This part isn't. But up there, seems all right. Not as bad as I thought. It's just that. We have to get rid of that. But other than that, dude, that's not nearly as bad as I thought. I mean, I was expecting the worst comparatively, like what we saw up there. I know the thing went out. Give me a second. I'm just remounting it so the wire doesn't screw up. Yeah, not bad, dudes. I mean, it's bad, but it's not too bad. We're gonna have to figure out how to rebuild all of this structure. That's gonna suck. Let me look up the rest of this. Oh, I do see an acorn in there. All right, it's not bad. Cool. Okay, so that actually isn't too bad under there. It's all right. We'll fix it. We can fix that.
We did cut out a lot of caca out of this thing, though. Yeah. So, let's think about this. What are we going to have to do first? We got to get at that inner rocker. In order to get at the inner rocker, let me think. Let me think. We could just plate it. But, yeah. I guess I think we just clean it out, blow the thing out, and you could always just replace it plate by plate. Like, we don't need to bend the whole thing. Like, I could just make a bunch of plates and weld them together. Take out the rear end. Nah, it's too much work. The mask is giving off Bane vibes. No one cared who I was till I put on the mask. Yep. Actually, dudes, it's bad. Like, don't get me wrong. It's pretty terrible, but we can fix this. Hey, I'm not, like, brother, the trunk was worse than this. The trunk was terrible, and look at it now. It's brand new. It looks great, right? Like, cool. Yeah. We could take the rear end out. I'd have to disconnect the drive shaft. The brakes and the shocks are already disconnected. I don't know. What say you? There's a question, actually. Should you be considering any bracing? Aqualux, I'm going to over-engineer this. When I plate that, when I go and replace the plate, I'm going to make sure it's... Yeah, I'm really going to brace that thing up. Once again, the structure of the car is carried through those damn rockers, man. So let's be, okay. A little bit more on, like, car structure and how this all works. That's junk. That is a primary structural carrier. Like, okay, the right way to say it, guys, is it connects the front and the back of the car together. The outsides here. That's what rockers are. They connect the front and the back of the car. That's kind of important. You don't need the car doing this when you're going down the road, obviously, right? So now here's the other thing. How the heck do I have this car jacked up and it's still all straight, right? How is it not tacoing? Well, the roof. The roof is what's keeping it together. If this was a coupe, this would be gone. The car would have done this a long time ago because there's less. So, like, I have this big structural pillar. I have this big structural piece right here. It's a big honking piece of metal that connects the roof to the rocker. This is called a B pillar. The A pillar is right here. That's the front. B pillar, C pillar. Because I have a B pillar in this car's design, that's what's keeping this thing straight. So if this was a coupe, that would be destroyed. There's no B pillar on a coupe. A coupe just has an A and a C. There's no B pillar. So that's what's keeping this car together right now. I mean, at least this part. And that's the other reason why I was confident in just cutting it out. You just cut that out. If it's structural, you generally should brace it. We don't need to brace it. The B pillar is holding everything together. I'm not worried about that. Just got here. What is this project? Hey, Tato. This is the Crew Cab Charger. This is my 1969 Coronet. It's a Coronet 500, and I am restoring it. I'm using it to learn how to restore old cars. If you know old cars, this is a 318 car. It's nothing special. It's got a 318 with a 3-speed automatic behind it, 8 1/4 rear end. I have no idea what the gear is in there. It's probably a highway gear. This is not anything particularly special. I'm restoring it to learn how to do body work. This is my student exam, so to speak. Is that fire normal on the left? That's the leg burner. Hey, Tattoos, what's up, man? This is the Crew Cab Charger. Yeah. This car is Titanic, pretty bad. It looks good. It looks pretty dang straight, and it is for the most part, but the bottom is... This is a weird one, okay? I've watched tons of YouTube videos on fixing these cars. I know where this Chrysler product, I know where it rusts. I mean, it's a Chrysler product. It rusts everywhere. Jokes. I know where these things rust. I know where the problem areas are. This car, from about here, from about the middle, actually about the firewall, from about the firewall forward, this car is fine. It's not rusty at all. There's no rot, there's nothing. There's maybe a little bit here and there, but it's nothing like the back. The back of this car was missing. In fact, most of this car is in my vacuum cleaner over there. There was nothing back here. I started with nothing. This was barely, the back panel was barely holding on by a thread. If you're overseas, if you're in the UK, this was like British Leyland bad. It was bad. I don't understand how the front of this car is fine and the back of the car isn't. But whatever. Whatever. I wonder if this is flood damage. I don't know, dude. I don't know. So these cars do have a problem. They leak on the seals and water pools and they rust from the inside out. That's the problem with old Mopars. Like, was it parked on a bank and got hit a few times? The previous registration came out of the Lakes region of New Hampshire, dude, so yeah, maybe. That is my primary driving thing for why I think this guy used it to tow a boat. Buddy must have used it to tow a boat around. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to tell if there was a tow hitch back here because there was nothing back there. You guys saw it. The frame rails were hosed from about here back. But it did come out of the Lakes region in New Hampshire. I don't think I ever told you guys that. Will you restore it or upgrade it? So, Tato, my plans for this is to get the shell 100% operable. Then drive it around. Once the shell is good to go, that's when we start having fun. I have a brand new, it's a 2004 Dodge Ram outside. I am going to take the engine and the wire harness out of that truck, and it's going in this. This will have a Gen 3 5.7 Hemi in it. Oh, we're gonna upgrade it, and it's gonna go fast, which is why I can't have any of this. I wanna get to the point where I can do this, and car doesn't fall. Like, the parts of the car don't fall off if I bonk the thing. We're getting good. I've already restored most of the back. We're kind of working our way forward because if you notice, the quarter panel is missing. I got to reinforce all in here before we put that quarter panel on. So yeah, this one's going to get upgraded, and yeah, it's going to get. This thing's going to boogie, dude. It's going to go fast when I'm done. That's why I'm splurging a little bit on these super nice new panels instead of just fixing it myself. Okay, Yuri, go to sleep, dude. Do you have a new quarter panel? I haven't bought it yet, no. That's my guess, Dama. That's my guess, backing in and out. Because, dude, yeah. I mean, somebody undercoated the piss out of this car. So a lot of it is still there, but a lot of it isn't. Wherever they missed with the undercoating is gone, you know? Like, you're going to pretzel that thing the minute you put your foot down on the stock chassis. No, I'm not. You're 100% wrong because you don't know what I'm going to do to it to make it stronger. Green, I'm going to put subframe connectors in this thing, dude. We're going to put subframe connectors in it. I'm going to reinforce the chassis. That's what I was getting at, you know. It is my winter car. Yep. It started as my summer car. Yep. But no. Yeah, we're going to put subframe connectors in it, dude. And I'm going to reinforce the piss out of this thing. These things were not designed to have 400, 500 horsepower. They were not. This B platform, this is a Chrysler B platform. It was not designed to have that much power. And if it did, it was with the Hemi and they reinforced the chassis. So VB, that's the other thing I'm going to do. We're subframe connectoring it. We're going to put subframe connectors in, and then I'm putting Hemi torque boxes in this thing too. The torque boxes are that structural piece that connects the frame rails to the rockers. So, dude, believe me, I know. I've seen what 700 horsepower does to a stock version of this. It'll bend the frame horns. The motor is too powerful. It'll actually bend the whole thing. So I'm gonna get, eventually, when we do put the Hemi in here, chassis stiffening kit. Yeah, I want this car to be cool, man. I wonder if he was towing a boat, if he stopped because whatever hitch was using tore out while the boat was attached. Yeah, maybe. Hey, Groomph, what's up, man? What does EJSA stand for? Eric Johnson Space Administration. It's just a funny acronym that I chose for the stream. So, yeah, dudes, we got to cut all this crap out of here. Rust to a car or rot to a car is like cancer. You gotta cut it out. I wish I could just irradiate this thing and it'll fix it, but sometimes that doesn't fix that either. But you know, whatever. Cancer sucks, by the way. Not speaking from experience, but family though, not a good time. So, yeah, we got to cut all this crap out. But we did get most of it. And I'm happy that the area around the B pillar is nice and strong. So what I want to do is going to get in there a little bit more. We got to cut out more of that crap. We're going to need a rocker. Like, there's no getting around it, dudes. We're going to need it. But we need like half of a rocker. So, yeah, I'm not 100% sure how that's going to all work. Oh, I just thought of something. Does anyone have a pool of rust converter you can dip the thing in? Nah, I would just cut it all out, but that would be useful. You know what, dudes? Here, let me show you. Let me show you what I was thinking a little bit earlier. I want to show you this. So take a look. That's the rocker panel, right? This is the passenger side rocker. I was looking at this before stream, okay? So if you look, see it indents right there, because that's where, right here is where the door jamb would go for the two-door, because the two-door door would go from here to here, right? Now, on our sedan, right, on the sedan, on the four-door, we don't have that indent right here. The four-door rocker is this shape all the way to the back, as far as I can tell. Now, our rocker on the actual car is pretty much good to about here. So what we could do is buy that thing, cut it in half, and use the front half to repair the back half of this. We could do that. And I'm actually kind of thinking that's probably a good idea. We should probably do that. Ah, balls, I'm running out of propane. I have another tank, but yeah. Buy two and stick them together. Well, Green, like that's the thing, dude. The front of that's okay. I mean, you looked at it. It's all right. It's not too bad. The front of that rocker, just basically right in front of the B pillar, is all right. Interestingly enough, I still don't understand how the front of this car is okay and the back of it is not, but whatever. Yeah, we're running out of propane. See, the fire isn't as big. All right, we need something to keep us warm. Hold on. This will keep us warm. Do you know the trim level? It's a 500. This will keep us nice and warm. So, yeah. We're slowly inching our way forward to fixing this thing. Cheers. Burn barrel. Yeah, I don't have that. That would be wrong, Drew. The environment would be angry. More like centimetering our way forward. Hey. We don't use metric here, okay? Jim, we don't do that. Okay? All right, inching our way forward. We could say we're 50 caling our way forward if you want to say we're half inching our way forward. We're 50 caling here, okay? All right, dudes. So that's, yeah. Let's, I want to get the rest of this crap out of here, but I'm not sure. I'm afraid to use the vacuum cleaner again. Is that bad? Okay, hear me out. Some old boy along the line propped up the front end to work on it under a tree in a damp spot. It sat for 10 to 20 years. Back tires went flat, rusted rear end. I'd buy that. I'd buy that. Because I'm telling you, man, the front frame rails are fine. The torsion bar cross member is shot, but that is a regular point of rust on these cars. The torsion bar, they rust out. We're gonna put a new torsion bar cross member in there eventually. That's pretty much like the last thing to do on the list when we get floor pans and stuff. But yeah, this is I'm actually, so why I'm just sitting here kind of staring at this is because one, if you watch YouTube, you watch people work on cars, anybody here, I could tell you, that doesn't spend inordinate amounts of time just staring at it going, how do I fix this, is lying to you. Liar. This is kind of the norm. This is what happens. You sit here and stare at it and be like, okay, how am I going to fix that? As a dude from Greece, this is the most American thing I've ever seen. Hell yeah. Etimos. Prosabahorisi. Don't ask, Tato. Yeah, Drew, maybe. Hearts of Iron is leaking. Be quiet. What? Just because it's the Hearts of Iron doesn't mean it's not Greek? It's all Greek to me. All right. So I'm trying to think how I want to do this. Okay, I think the first thing I'm going to do is clean up all the car that's on the floor at this point. Save the can. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. There's a good amount of car on the floor at this point. So we're going to get in here. I'm afraid to use my stupid vacuum cleaner, so I'm going to, we'll sweep it up. Let me get all the big pieces out of here. That's nuts, dude. I can't believe that. Yeah, you're not really supposed to use Bondo to do this, but yeah. Whatever, man. This is how people used to do this. It's just make it, get it working. That's pretty good. A lot of this metal is all right. Not the metal that I took out of it. That metal is hosed. But let me get one of my brooms and the shovel, and we'll just get in here like this. Oh, so satisfying. Oh, Professor, I'm so into you. The professor will help. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. It's probably just going to get all messed up again, but I'm so into you. Yeah. Like, this is not the last bit of car that we're gonna sweep up off the floor here, you know? Using the broom feels like playing Power Washing Simulator. Why play the simulator when you can play real life? Right? I mean, if you don't have a shop, then yeah, I get you. You're absolutely right. But also, we don't have to choose here at the Eric Johnson Space Administration. I'm gonna try to use the vacuum cleaner again. I hope it doesn't get angry at me. You might lose picture. Don't die. Just trying to get it up off the floor. All right, I'll sweep up the rest. Is the vacuum full? I don't think so. All right, I'm gonna sweep up the rest of this stuff, dudes. The vacuum needs a turbo encabulator boost? Yeah, you ain't kidding. All right. Let me get back up in here. Let's take a look. If not full, then dead. I could probably do with emptying that thing, dude. Most of the back of the car is in that thing. Yeah, it could probably do with a filter change too. Yeah, most of the car is in fact in there, so you know, it's good. It's fine. It'll be fine. All right. There is still some schmutz way down there. You should be able to clean out the vacuum and get at it. Let's see. Let's take a look. Where are we getting problems here? So the rocker, this is where it attaches. How's this spot right here? Let me get my rust finder tool. Nope, that's okay. It's a little shot over here. And a little bit of contamination over there. More schmutz. Found more. I'm gonna shut the door, dudes, real quick. So I can see where the two-piece rocker is. There's a seam. You guys can't see that, but there's a seam right here. The back rocker goes from here to there. Might not be the stupidest thing to rebuild that, but there's a lot of schmutz going on over here. The inner rocker's not as good as I thought, but whatever. Nothing we can't patch. Huh. Actually pretty damn solid all the way to the seam. Yeah, not bad, dudes. With pressurized air? No, we could do that. Yeah, we could do it with that. I am finding holes in the rockers though, and the more I poke, the bigger the holes get, which is not good. Fudge. a little bit of schmutz in the door right here. Can fix that, that's easy. We're out of propane. Hold on, gotta swap the propane tank. We go for propane hot swap. We have main engine shutdown. Good thing is propane is very, very inexpensive. Costs like $10 to fill up one of these tanks. Doesn't cost anything. I think I paid like $25 to fill these things up before. Now, interesting thing about propane, dudes, is that the threads for propane tanks is left-hand thread. So it's righty-loosey, lefty-tighty. The reason why it's backwards is so you realize that you're screwing around with propane. Flammable propane. That's the whole idea, boy. I tell you what. My propane tank was frozen to the ground. That's good. Okay. It was frozen to the ground. That's lovely. Gotta get the new fitting on there. Just got to tighten this down. It's a compression fitting, so you don't need to seal it or anything. Meaning the more you tighten it, the more it seals. And you know what the funny part is? It doesn't leak. That's weird. Hear that? I just turned the valve on. Do you hear any leaks? I don't hear any leaks. Propane is hydrogen. Well, it's carbon and hydrogen, but whatever. Whatever, close enough. Yeah, buddy. Oh, she really burning now. You know what my acceptable leak rate is? Nothing. Fire! Fire! Initial research points to Coors can being from around 1992. Well, Extra Gold was through the 80s. It's a Coors Extra Gold. That's actually awesome, dude. It's not a little messed up, but whatever. Looking under the car, I'd say you have some acceptable leaks. I didn't say the car wasn't leaking. I said it wasn't leaking propane. That right there is the transmission gasket not working. So that's that like brand new ATF that we put in this thing. Yeah, that's it all leaking all over the floor. You know, that was a nice $50 wasted. I gotta get a pan for it, dude, if we want to drive this around. Like my plan is to get the shell, when the shell is good, we will drive this thing around with the carbureted motor in it. For now, just until I save up money to swap the Hemi in. You know, you need to frame it, yeah. Propane is the 8 carbon chain, quite a bit longer than the hydrogen one. Yeah, but making a joke is funnier. Right? Like, that thing got a Hemi? It will. It will when we're done with it, boy. Let me sweep up more of the car that fell on the floor, you know. It's good. Gotta buy the Marchetti. Yep. Nah, scratching. I did the pan on this on stream, the transmission. I changed the filter out and I flushed it. That was one of the first things I did when I started working on this project. The reason why is because I needed this car to be able to move. Technically, I could hook it up. I could hook up the rear suspension right now and we could drive it out of here. It will run, but unfortunately, that's from me having absolute snot for luck with stamped transmission pans. I can't get a stamped transmission pan to save my life. Can't do it. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. I can't do it. I cannot get one of those to seal. Yeah. I just suck at that, dude. But if I didn't screw up the pan, you would be exactly right. All right. Let's get back in there and keep going. So this was all pinch welded or spot welded. The outer rocker was spot welded to the inner here. Yeah, I'm noticing the forward rocker is struggling. It's struggling a little bit. The rear rocker piece is also struggling. But it's not, I was gonna say it's not too pitted, but it is. It kind of is. Now, the other thing I was thinking about, dudes, is that if we replace this with we could put a 2-door quarter in here. I mean, we'd really have to brace this, and I'd probably have to take the doors off, which would suck a lot. I hate taking doors off of cars, but sometimes that's the way she goes. It's just all those damn holes on the inner rocker up here. We have to cut them out. We can't, gotta cut them. Just trying to see if there's any more. There's probably more up there. That's kind of what I'm worried about. Let me get down here. Take a look. A lot of spider webs. So this isn't anything I didn't know, but this thing is hosed at the torsion bar cross member up there, like gone. Like we got to rip the entire torsion bar cross member or what's left of it out and patch it. The fuel line runs through here, and the fuel line is broken. Actually, it doesn't look too bad, but I highly doubt we're getting this thing out without breaking it. It's metal from basically the fuel tank to about where my hand is, and then it's rubber hose from there. The rubber hose goes through the torsion bar cross member, and then it's metal along the front frame rail. Let me look at the back side of this plate. Okay. You can see where the light's coming through? Yeah, this has all seen better days, dudes. Man, trying to do that rear rocker or the rear inner rocker is gonna really suck. The pan is basically up against it. There's pinholes up here. There's a bunch of pinholes. Balls. This whole thing is roached. The whole thing's roached, dudes. Works every time. What do you want? Gasket tack? Oh, okay. Yeah, gasket tack could work. Yeah, there's pinholes all the way to the front. The whole thing's shot. At least the bottom part is. We know that the top side seems to be okay, but it might make things a little bit easier. What's that, Bazil? What is the pipe under the door? What? Oh, that's just that's not a pipe. It's just a bracket that holds the door jamb together. There's nothing behind that, dude. It's an optical illusion from the camera. Look, you talking about this? Look, it's just an optical illusion. Have you looked into sandblasting at all? I have a blaster, dude. I have a media blaster, but it's just something that you hook up to your compressor. Yeah. So like, guys, basically, see where this rust is right here? From basically here down all the way to the front is hosed. It's pretty bad. Yeah, we're gonna probably need inner and outer rockers. Which means we might have to take the doors off. Because, yeah, the B pillar goes to it. Yeah. Hey. Tried sandblasting in a truck cab. There was nothing left. Man, that thing is... That thing is... Yeah. Poo-poo. Just get a laser rust remover and see what's left. A laser rust remover will cost more than I'm into this damn car. Those things are like $8 grand or something. Yeah. I wanted a challenge and I wanted to learn. This is a good way to do it though. Is it the same on the driver's side? Probably. I mean, I can go look. Actually, remarkably, no. The driver's side seems to be a lot stronger. There are holes in it, basically behind the passenger door, dudes. But, yeah. Yeah, I'm not, like I said, I'm prepared to do it. I just got to think about how we're going to. Because once again, 2-door and 4-door rockers are different, and I don't. Okay, let me put it this way. Let me rubber duck you guys. How the heck are we going to do the inner rocker? How are we going to do that? We might have to do what I really don't want to do and take the doors off. Yeah, Aqualex, yeah. Yeah, got forgotten I did, part 42. Bracing, yeah, well, Aqualex, the doors are not gonna require bracing. What I'm getting at is the B-pillar. I'm worried about that. But once again, like I said, this is what we signed up for. I'm not like, oh no, I shouldn't do this. No. My mind's going, how the hell are we gonna fix this? Three syllables. Flea-tar-ree. Yeah, mind crime, that's really where I'm at. I was thinking like maybe there's a way I could cut around the B-pillar and then cut the new rocker panel around the B-pillar and then weld it to it. But yeah, that's, I don't know. What do you think? You think that's jank? That's kind of jank. Spot welding it, well, not spot welding it, plug welding it would be better because that's much more like the factory. Brace the pillar and brace around the rocker. Then you won't have to worry how much you have to cut out and replace. Yeah, we're gonna need to brace it. Yeah, no doubt. thinking. How come I like watching people struggle? I don't know. It's good content. Also, the doors would just suck having to work around them all the time. Aligning them will be easier. Yeah. Let me take a look. I need to see how this B pillar attaches, dudes. What the hell? It's brazed. They brazed it to the inner rocker. I'm not even kidding. It's lead brazing. Why would you do that though? Well, that's the time. They didn't have a spot welder on the line. That's just that time period, dudes. We could drill the spot welds out from the rear foot pan, right? Then we could drill the spot welds out from the rear pan onto the inner rocker and then pull it out. Oh, yikes. Okay. The doors are gonna have to come off, dudes. Yeah, probably on both sides. Yeah. Belt fed, you want to make it a coupe? Could be easier. I think honestly that would probably be easier at this point. Yeah. I mean, we'd make a two-door Coronet, but the roof would have to completely come off, dudes. We'd have to take the whole roof off. But then it wouldn't be the crew cab Charger anymore, you know? I'm thinking. Man, that's Nah, belt fit, like, yeah, no, it's all good, man. It's all good. I want to keep it four-door just because it's different, you know? I'm just trying to think about how this is all going to go together. Shoot, I wish I had the quarter panels. If I had the quarter panels with me, this would probably be a lot easier to figure out. We might be able to get away with using two-door outer rockers here. The inner rockers are the same, two-door and four-door, as far as I can tell. So I don't think we need to worry about that too much. The outer rocker is different because, yeah, we could use a two-door rocker, and then when I replace this, we got to buy a two-door quarter panel, right? And then we could have it bridge the seam there. Like, that's totally doable. A little bit more difficult to do, but doable. You guys can do whatever you want. In Europe, we have to restore it to stock. No changes allowed. That sucks, man. Yeah, I could make this a two-door. We could cut it off and make it a two-door, put it back together. It wouldn't be stocked to the VIN. But yeah, you could do that. Heck, Grumpf, I could just take the VIN plate off. I take the VIN plate off. They make enough parts for 69 Coronets. I could just build a two-door and just take the pieces off of this that I want, and then just put the four-door VIN plate on a two-door shell. Technically, that's legal. That's where Ship of Theseus ends. It ends at the VIN plate. You could use a square tube and you strengthen the quarter panels. I have square tubing over there for bracing, Shogun. That's probably what I'm gonna do. My problem is I gotta figure out what I wanna brace to, you know? What are we bracing to? I wish I had the parts in front of me, dudes, so we could do this. The other thing we could do is just plate it. We could just cut the rest out and just replace all the different spots. It wouldn't be too hard. But in order to do that, I'd have to get the rocker panel off anyway, unless we want to patch it from the back. And if we're going to cut that damn rocker panel off, right, like, hey, Draymore, thanks for the raid. Just brace it to the wheels. They don't move, right? No, it moved. Sorry. Yeah, it's just kind of annoying. It kind of sucks that, I mean, that's all roached. It's pretty bad. Like, if I want the car to be safe, like, don't get me wrong, guys. We could probably spiff it up, put patch panels on it, make it look nice. That'll probably pass inspection. Even in Massachusetts, even where I'm from, it'll probably work. They will, because they don't know any better. But I know better. And if I want to drive this car around, if I want like Brimo in it, like I want my wife in it and my dog, you know, and I didn't buy a car with a second seat for no reason, you know what I mean? Like in the future, planning for the future, right? If we're gonna do that, like, nah, we shouldn't, I don't want to screw around. Which part of the rockers? So Shaw, this car, the rocker is a two-piece thing. Here, I'll draw you a profile of it. Give me one moment. One moment. Paint. So if we're looking at like an isometric view of the rocker, right? That's like what you're looking at right there. So all right, so the rocker is a two-piece system, okay? It kind of, this is from the front, like a front profile. No. The inner rocker kind of looks like this, right? It looks like that. It's not very complicated. It's not a very complex shape. This is flat right here, right? And then there's a tab that goes up here, and then there's a tab that goes down here. That's the inner rocker. Now the outer rocker looks like this. It meets up here and it's pinch welded, and then it goes over, and that's where the door jamb is, and then it goes down like that, and then it goes over and meets at a pinch weld right here. Kind of looks like that. This is a little straighter and that's a little bit more curvy, like that. But those two pieces meet together like this. And then what them together makes the frame rail. It makes the frame rail that connects the front and rear of the car. But yeah, so like the inner rockers, here, hold up. The inner rockers look like this. Please excuse the crudity of this drawing. I didn't have time to build it to scale or to paint it. I can't get a steady hand with this, but you get the idea. Here, I'll just show you a picture. That's what it looks like right there. See, it's a C shape and it buckles in. So the door jamb is just part of the ring rail. Yeah, yes. Yeah, that's a, more or less. All right, so here, you see this? This right here is my outer rocker. See, it goes over, and then it goes down, and that's the bottom of the door jamb, and then it's supposed to connect basically where my, like, kind of like this. It's supposed to go down and over. And then the bottom pinch weld is here. This metal right there, that's the inner rocker, right? The inner rocker has that lip on it. And the lip right here, see the lip? Can you guys see the camera didn't go out? The lip is what the panels are actually hanging on. The floor pans, they're actually welded to that spot on the inner rocker. And then this piece right here is a cover because the wire harness is supposed to go through here. I took the wire harness out, like for the speakers and stuff, it's supposed to go through here. But you can see the rear pan laps onto this is the rocker right there, that's the inner rocker. The inner rocker looks like this, right? And then you have the pinch weld right here. That's all shot, dude. See, look, see the inner rocker right there? This is no good. You shouldn't be able to see the suspension through here. This should be flat all the way to here. And it should meet up with the with the wheelhouses. Like this should be flush to this. See how none of that's flush? Because it's all gone. Yeah, this is gonna be a big job to do this. And it's gonna be a big job to do it on both sides. Yeah, the rear pan is a little rusted back there too. The cover is shot. We need new covers. Covers aren't expensive. Is it cheaper to buy another car? Yeah, of course, Pontiff. I did not start this car with the expectation that I was going to save money. This is to learn. That's the whole exercise here. I know it makes no sense to sink money into this car. It'd probably be better to just find a donor car. Or just find another four-door Coronet that's in better condition than this one. But, like I said, the exercise is to learn. I'm new here, but I feel that I'm currently rebuilding a mid-80s Trans Am. Bargain, I have two F bodies sitting outside my shop. One's a 91 RS and the other one's an 86 IROC Z LB9 car, tuned port injection. The RS is a 305 TBI with a 5-speed though from the factory. It's got a T5 from the factory. It's very rare you get a third gen with a T5. Few more cuts and you can fit it in the trash can. Yep. Like I said, if I was flipping cars, guys, if this was a shop, I would not bother. This thing would be in the trash bin. I'd take all the good parts out of this thing and put it in something else. Yeah, Bargain, factory 5-speed. Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? That car has a full QA1 kit. QA1 crossmember, tubular control arms, front and rear. It's got a 342 Posi in it from an 84 IROC. Disc brakes all around. 5-speed, factory 5-speed car. It's pretty cool, yeah. I put the suspension in on stream. Yeah, but it doesn't have a flex capacitor. Well, this is from 1969. Flex capacitors did not come as a factory option on any car except for a DeLorean until 1983. Yeah. UTA is a factory WS6 car. Mint, 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 mint. WS6. How fast do you want to go? Yeah. That's cool, man. Right on. Yeah, so, like I said, guys, I'm in this for the long haul. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. I'm going to fix it. Is it worth it? Hell no. Is it worth it for the experience? Hell yes, right? And how many people around can say they've built an actual automobile? I mean, when we're done with this thing, I'm basically going to build this car from the ground up. But how many people can say that? That's pretty cool. Have you heard of Baked Beans Garage? He's doing the same thing you're doing to a Volvo wagon. I've seen him before, yeah. This car is technically not worth saving. It has exceeded budget already. I agree, ARJ. I mean, that's partially your fault. No, this is for the experience. So when we do find a 2-door Coronet that's worth saving, I can fix it. I'll fix the whole damn thing. I mean, think about it, guys. You can find a 2-door Coronet shell that's this crappy condition, 5 Gs, even if you restore the shell and then just put the car back together, even if it's not a popular car, a two-door shell with no rust, with the matching numbers motor, 20 G's. Easily 20 G's. Oh yeah, you can sell that they're worth money. But I'm doing this to learn how to do that. That, and I think everybody should learn a trade. So I'm learning welding, fabrication, body work. That's the investment in the content here. That's what you guys are looking for, at least I hope. But yeah, that's where we're at, brother. Trust me, ARJ, when I build it, I'll drive it to you. We'll go grab beers. I really wanted this car to be able to drive down to Artemis 2, but the way Artemis 2 is going, we just got an extension. It's not funny, but also. Oh yeah, Green, the 59 runs and drives. It's in a tent outside, so it wouldn't get wrecked. Frick you. He's lost it. Yeah, so with this, dudes, I'm not sure what we're gonna do here, but I'll figure out something. Too soon. Yeah. Actually, you know what I just thought? I just thought about something. There are patch pieces around that Classic Industries sells. Hold on. Rockers. And get this, it's actually just a piece that is that C shape that's just extruded metal. They do sell those. Hang on one sec. Hang on a minute, Chief. Look, here it is. Come on, baby. See, that's just the shape. It's not like an actual factory piece. Or you could just keep loading. You know, loading is good. Just 3D printed with bubble gum, man. No, I'm good. Yeah. Let's finish one project, Nick, before we start another. Here, let's look. Let me see. Rocker panel molding. 69. Dodge. Coronet. This is on Auto Metal Direct. Let's see what AMD's got. Yeah, see, this is what I'm looking for here. Let me take a look. In a rocker, left hand, $200. That's the whole inner rocker. Okay. Yeah, see, there's that C shape right there. That's going to be so difficult to put that in there. That's what she said. Because once again, it's got all the gaps for a two-door. See that? You don't have to use all those new parts. Yeah, Drew, my plan was to just, what we could do is just we could buy one of this and cut it up and put it where we need. We don't have to put the whole damn thing in there. But yeah. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking. Let me go back over here. I'm trying to think about how this all kind of comes together. Like thinking about the construction of the car and how it was put together on the line. If we were gonna brace this thing, how would we brace it? We could brace it to the floorboard, wouldn't move. Because honestly, guys, how are we gonna get that damn B-pillar? How would we get that out of there? I mean, obviously we gotta take the door off, but what I'm getting at here is right there. I'll switch the camera. Look, so right there, the B-pillar fits on top of the rocker. This is the outer rocker here, so that's that C shape, right? It fits on top of it. So if we were gonna replace the rocker, we'd have to get that off. And I am not 100% sure on how to do that. We'd have to take the door. Yeah. Have to take the door off. Cut the spot welds, heat the brazing. Yeah, Drew, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so let's rubber duck this. My boot's broken. Damn it. Whatever, it's fine. Okay, so passenger side rear door out, right? Could probably leave the driver's side door there if we really wanted to. We'd have to drill the spot welds up there and then drill the spot welds down there, and then we'd have to heat and scrape the brazing off with a torch, right? Like, that's how you do that. So, okay, we get that off. Now what? Now what do we do? Here's where this gets complicated. The rocker, the front door jamb to the passenger side front door is lying on the rocker as well. What do we do about that? There's a split in my boot. Yeah, look at this. These boots are less than a year old, man. Gosh darn it. Part of it is brazed rares, part of it isn't. It's a pity, they're nice boots too. Yeah, paid good money for them, but okay, so if we took that off, then what? Let me inspect this pinch weld. Okay. It seems that this thing is just resting up on the roof. It's just spot welded in. So if we undid the spot welds, there, and there, and then there's 5 on the bottom there, we could pull this thing out. Obviously, we'd have the door off when we do it. But that also means that, you know, if we do that, we have to make sure that this goes back exactly where we took it out from. The other thing I'm worried about is that this is holding the whole damn car together. There's not much structure left in the bottom here. This is holding everything right. And I'm worried that if we cut it out, it's gonna, it'll compromise the structure of the vehicle. I mean, we can brace it for sure, but get some shoe glue. Yep. I would trim the new rocker around the B-pillar. That's what I was thinking, Bastardo. I don't want to do that. I don't want to cut this out. I don't want to cut any more structure out of this car than is already needed. I would trim a new rocker around that. That's the right move. Hey, Solo. All right, EJ, Midwest Problems. What do I do when there's more rot than car? Is the car worth fixing? Yes? Well, start cutting it out. This car's not worth fixing, find another car. Does the B-pillar need to be removed at the top? Why not just drill out the bottom and replace? Yeah, we could do that too. Yeah, I mean, it's still, yeah, you could do that. We could get away with that. eBay has quite a few options. Yeah, but that's all repopped stuff. You've got to be careful. A lot of it's junk. I'm just thinking. There's a way to do it. Guys, once again, I'm not getting deterred by the amount of work. I don't care about that. We can fix all this. That's no problem. I'm just, yeah, really trying to figure out how I want to do it, you know? Yeah. I might be able to, dude, we might be able to cut the inner rocker out. Might be able to cut the inner, so the inner rockers are the same. We know that. Let's start there. The inner rockers are the same. What we could do, if I could take the wheel off, we could cut the inner rocker out of this whole thing, right? And then what we could do is back here, we could just slide the inner rocker in around all the other panels until it's seated where I want and then go from there. But yeah, we could do that. That's, I mean, we'd have to start taking apart a lot of the front of the car, but it's doable. Bottom of the post is gone? No, it's fine. The other thing that I could do is just, yeah, you could just cut the rocker out, cut it out with the angle grinder, and then go in there, cut out all the bad parts of the inner rocker. Most of it is good. We could cut all the bad parts out, plate it, put a new plate in, zap that piece in there, and go. I think that might be what I want to do. At least for the inner rocker. I want to make sure that inner rocker is strong, man. It's got to be strong. That's one of the strongest parts of the car. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what we got to do. But in order to get at it, we're going to have to cut the rocker out. Or at least the bottom of it. And, you know, like the other thing is, dudes, is like if we could cut it, if it's good metal, as long as our cuts are nice and clean, we could just put it back when we're done. That's the beauty of having a welder. You just zap it right back in and then just hit it with the angle grinder and make it look nice. I'm not too incredibly against that either. You know? Yeah, let me get the cutoff wheel. What I'm gonna do is we'll start. I'm gonna start getting at the what's left of the outer rocker. That rusty crap that's down there. I'm gonna start getting at it. We'll get a new cutoff wheel, and we'll go. That's where I want to start. There's not much left. Yeah. We got our work cut out for us, bro. But we'll get it. Let me get my jacket back on. Get the respirator. Take the door off or cover it. You'll melt it with the sparks. We're going to get at underneath it first, Drew. The sparks aren't going to fly at it. With that being said, you're absolutely right. Yes. If we're going to get more into this, we probably should take it off.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Gumbo! Love you a good garage stream while you're RimWorld and feels like I'm home with your garage with your dad. Hell yeah, man. freaking go, dude. Let's go. So I'm gonna get at all that bottom crap down there. Let me get the ear protection. And then the face shield. All right, let's roll. Ready? Let's do this. So I'm trying to cut along the pinch weld. I don't like sparks shooting in my face. It looks like the surface of Mars. You got a problem. That actually is not too bad, but see those pinholes? No good. Yeah, see, we're starting to get into good metal. See that? That's what we want. Starting to. You want to get the good stuff. You want to try to get the good metal. Okay. Okay. Got most of that. Let's just... Yeah, see? That's the bottom of the inside of that rocker. The outside looks okay, but look. See, that's what was behind it. No good. No good. Gonna have to cut the whole thing out, dudes. Gotta cut the whole thing. We gotta go all the way to the front. I'm gonna have to make some room. But come on, you schmuck. This is the fuel line. No, there's no gas in it, don't worry. It's seen better days. Probably replace it, because who knows what kind of schmutz is in that frickin' thing. They make factory replacements, but yeah. Okay, let's take a look. So now, the reason why I did that is because now I can get at the inner rocker. I can get at the thing and we can repair the parts that are screwed up. You know, we could zap that out, just plate it. I can plate all of this back here around the rear suspension. I mean, I don't know what's going on up at the front up here. It's not anything good, that's for sure, but. And then from there, we could go buy the patch rockers and we could just patch it. We could use this as our datum, hang it on there, make a cut, seam it, and go. I think that's the right move, dudes. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's what we should do. The inner rocker is bad, but plating it should be fine. Like cutting out the rust and then making plates in its spot where it should be going, like where to fix it, you know. Once again, all of this is just so we can fit the damn wheel well correctly, because the wheel well needs to butt up against something. So, good times. This is the fuel line right here, yes. Here, I can get it out of the way. It's broken anyway, I think. I think it has a leak. Because it was butted up against all this damn rust. But guys, the thing is, like, it's like I was showing you, looking up in here, the top of the outer rocker, solid. The top of the inner rocker, solid, dude. Just plating down here will frickin' do us right. No one's gonna see it, and it's going to be strong if we weld it. It's just part of the reason, part of the reason why this thing rusted out is because this is all bare metal in here. It's all bare metal. There's no coated, there's no treatment. That wasn't a thing in '69. This is all bare. Damn, dude. I can't believe it's still intact. When we go and fix this, I'm coating this thing with weld-through primer. I'm gonna coat the entire inside of this bad boy. Something just fell over there. Hold on. What was that? It fell onto the couch. But Hey, can't see me, what's up? Coated with cavity wax too. Cam's frozen. Yeah, that upper camera. Yeah, give me 1 sec. I can fix it. There we go. So you might as well just trim the rocker around the pillar, best possible fix. I'm with you, Bastardo. Yeah, I agree. I agree completely. That's the right move. That will fix this. That'll get this thing nice and strong. Yeah. What saves these oldest cars is simply the thickness gauge of the metal, not like newer cars. Agreed. A lot of the inner structure of this scratch is 16 gauge steel. It's thick boy steel. Or no, hold on. It's not 16. Yeah, no, it is 16. It is 16. A lot of cars are 24 nowadays. So they take 24 gauge steel. They take the thin stuff and they just lap it over and over and over again to make thicker steel, right? Like, it works, I guess. It works if you like sucking. It's definitely sucking. This thing, what does it do? It sucks in air. It's definitely sucking. Yeah. This was the bottom of the rocker. Didn't know that. How do they bond sheet to sheet? Spot weld it. So they'll lap another panel on, and then they'll take a spot welder and zip. And they'll just, yeah, they'll spot weld them together. So spot welding, you have two sides, right? And two sides have an electrode, and when you bring them together, right, it creates a circuit, and it puts a ton of heat through whatever it's pinching and welds stuff together. If you want to unpip the auto, let me hear you say, what? What? Boop. Still the funniest commercials, dude. Yeah, that's how they do it. They take 24 gauge steel. 24 is really thin, and they just lap it over and over and over and over and over and over. Because it's cheaper. It's cheaper than buying thicker steel. This has all different types of gauge in it. It's mostly 16 gauge and 24. 16 is thicker. So with steel gauge, the smaller the number, the thicker it is. It's time to unpimp the auto. I'm good, can't see me. Glad to catch a car stream. Yeah, we went digging after the rockers, dude, and I can't say that I'm happy with what I see under there, but we can fix it. You're referring to a resistance welder. A lot of shops still use a MIG welder. I'm using a MIG for spots. That's what I did with the trunk. Scratch. I have a Lincoln 180 over there. I welded the trunk pan in on this car. Yeah, and I drilled all the holes where all the factory spots were, and then I plug welded it. We're gonna have to seam weld part of the inner panels in there, but yeah. Yeah, man. Here, let me take this. You know what the crazy part is? Some of this is actually decent. Some of it is good metal, but it's good metal that's in close proximity to the surface of Mars. This piece here that was more towards the back of the car actually is okay. That's not bad, but it's still on the backside, see? So they made that C like I was telling you about, and they didn't treat any of the inside. It's just bare metal. So if sand and dirt or a critter or something gets in there, it's just gonna trap moisture and it's gonna rust it from the inside out. That's the crazy part about this, dudes. And this is why I went crazy when we patched the frame rails. I cut an entire section of those damn frame rails out. I don't care. Because on the outside, it can look okay, but on the inside, it's not. That's basically, yeah, that's old Mopars, dude. That happens. Put these down over here with the rest of my scrap metal in case we need to use it again. I wish I learned to weld. I didn't know how to weld when I started this project, Gumbo. Yeah, Scratch, you want to see the trunk, dude. Look. You can see all the welds down the frame rail right there. There's the trunk cross member. The gasoline straps are right there, all the way back, leaf spring perches. And yeah, dude, I did this all in one stream. 204 plug welds, man. But dude, that thing is mint now. That trunk is brand new. And believe it or not, what I started with back here, what I started with at the back of the car was not, it looked about as good as what you see up there at the front. Is the driver's side fine? No. I mean, you guys want to see, I'll bring the camera over there, look. So this is what we're dealing with on the driver's side. It's just as bad. I mean, the cool part about this is that more of the door jamb is intact than the other one, than the passenger side, but the rocker is still shot. We're gonna have to do the same thing on this side. The rocker seems to be in better condition over here. I'm still gonna cut it out. I'm still gonna cut it because the outer rockers are good, right? Those are fine, but I really, the inner rockers have to be good. And the only way you're gonna get at the inner rockers is if you cut the outer rockers off, and they're already rusty, so screw it. If anything, dudes, we'll prototype it on this side, right? And if we get it, if we nail it on this side, then we'll just do that on the other side. It's not gonna take nearly as long. But yeah, this thing had the frame rails were gone. I didn't buy new frame rails. I wasn't confident in my ability at the time. So I just cut entire sections of those frame rails out and replaced them. Do you want to see? I'll show you what they look like. Let me bring a light with me so you guys can see underneath. See? I did do the patch up there. You can see where I patched it. There was no frame rail from about here back. There was nothing. It was gone. But yeah, I patched all that. This side had holes in the frame rail up there. I cleaned it up. This frame rail I cut from like here back and fixed it and patched it. And then these were when I was learning how to weld, so these welds aren't as good. But dude, boy, let me tell you, this thing is not moving. It is not moving. This thing is solid. It's in there and it's not coming out. I bought new leaf spring perches for it. There's new rear leaf perches. I welded all that in. I lined everything up. I plumbed it straight. It is dead on. Like this trunk pan is level, perfectly level, like true level. So yeah, like I didn't know anything about fabrication when I started this. And is that the prettiest under there? No. Is it strong? Hell yeah. Is it gonna stay together? Yeah. And then I coated the inside of those frame rail channels. I coated them with rust converter and weld through primer and then paint
Discovery,
on the inner
go at
channels
throttle.
of the rails. Hey, Hoff, 10-month resub. So dude, that's never rusting. There is a lot of pitting on the inside of the frame rails, but it's not like that. It doesn't look like those. Hey Bob, can I go to a quick summary of today's events? That summarizes it up pretty well. I cut the bottom of the rocker panel off. And yeah. Does the floor pan work? You need to do impact the order of operations for the cross member. You're talking about the torsion bar cross member? Yeah. Yeah. What we've done so far looks good to you. For underbody, it's more about function since you can't see it. Dude, I lapped the hell out of that. The frame rail horns on the back of that thing are like they're triple lapped 16 gauge steel. I over-engineered the hell out of it, but I did it on purpose because I wasn't confident in my ability to seam weld anything yet. I can seam weld now, I'm fine. But yeah, so I cut the frame rail off, I made a new segment, right? And then I have a piece of 16 gauge plate on either side that goes through to the back cross member on the car. And then I plug welded that to the frame rail section and then seam welded it on top of it. That's way stronger than it was from the factory. Are my welds pretty? No. Who cares? No one's gonna see it anyway. Now the outside of the car, I want the outside of the car looking nice, which is why I'm being careful about it. But yeah, under there, I just want it to be held together, dude. That's super strong. That trunk is part of the car. It is not like, look, it's not, the whole car moves if you try to lift that up. I think I saw that operation a while back. Yep. Ha, thank you for the 10 months, dude. It would be a bummer to do the rockers and then have to cut them up. Well, the cool thing about that, can't see me, is that the transmission cross member is actually hanging on the frame rail channels. Or the inner rocker channels. It's hanging on it. Yeah, everything is hanging on this dang car. That's why those inner rockers need to be perfect. That is a major structural component. It needs to be right. The outer rocker is just what triangulates it and kind of keeps it from flexing. But yeah, if we get the outer rocker patch pieces, I think we can do this, dude. And then yeah, we'll prototype it on this side, and then we'll do it, once we figure out a good workflow for it, we do it on the other side. How bad is the B-pillar? B-pillar is immaculate, Snarfer. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no rust on it at all. Yeah, so that's good. The floor pan, the main pan is done. It's no good. It needs to be replaced. And then the big major structural component up front is the torsion bar cross member. But my frame horns, or my frame rails, the front frame rails are perfect. Even after the floor is rusted through to them, they're okay. And as long as those are straight, and I know that they're true, swapping the torsion bar cross member is not gonna be the hardest job around. We're just gonna have to cut the floor out. But we have to cut the floor out anyway because there's holes in it. So I'm not worried about any of that. In fact, guys, it might be a good idea to do that while we're here, My original plan of attack, knowing nothing about bodywork, was to start at the back and work forward, but maybe it's better to start at the bottom and work up. I don't know. What do you guys think? Cutting the floor out sounds like fun. Yeah, I know. It'd be great. The other thing that's an issue is that I can't buy a totally new floor pan. We're gonna have to buy the halves. You can buy passenger side or driver's side. We're gonna have to do that because you're not getting a whole pan in here. You can't fit it. There's no way it's gonna fit through these doors. Unless we cut the B-pillar out, which I don't wanna do that. I mean, it might be able to squeeze in through the front door that way, but you're definitely not getting it through here. I would finish the back first, then move forward. Geek, that was my original idea, dude. That was my original idea, but like, okay, say here, right? Well, it might be good to do the rear, try and repair this rear tail panel as best as we can. Probably be good to do that and at least get that zapped back into position. It'll be better, it'll be easier to hang quarters when this is not doing that. Do you have a liquid hydrogen leak? No. What do I look like, NASA? You could cut it all out if it was sitting on a jig. Yeah, scratch. Didn't have enough for a frame jig. It is on jack stands, and I had the jack stands are all at the same level on parts where it would pick up on a frame jig. So like where it would be on I picked out the points where it would be resting on the tray on the assembly line, and I have all my jack stands underneath there set to the exact same level, and they're basically on the positions that it would be to level the car. I went back and looked at pictures of the damn assembly line at Lynch Road, which is where this car was made. I went back and looked at pictures of the assembly line to figure out where they pick up on the frame rails for this car. It's at the front of the rear frame rails and at the back of the front frame rails. That's like where it would be on the assembly line. So I took 4 jack stands, made sure they were all at the same height. I know my floor isn't perfectly level. It's close. It's close enough to be able to use a level and get this right. It's pretty damn close. So my floor isn't exactly level, but it's well within the 1/8 inch tolerance that the factory manual calls for. So no, we don't have a frame jig, but this is fine. You can make this work. See your prior text. No, that's not a good idea to cut out the rocker and the floor. They are the structure of the lower body. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I see what you were saying, Scratching. Yeah. I got you, man. Once again, I'm here to learn, but I understand. I know enough about structure and unibodies and stuff like that. You can't cut out too much, and that's why I was like, maybe we should cut out the B pillar. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Start at structure and work out IMO, which is worth about 1 M&M. The truth is, the roof is not a structural component. I do believe it is with these cars, though, dude. The sedans are way more structurally rigid than the coupes, but I mean, the coupe is an additional tie-in, but most of the structure is down the bottom, Scratch, and that's what you're saying, right? Yeah. Let's not screw. You're right. Let's not dick around with the floor until the rockers are repaired. Yeah, that's a good idea. Finish one project before you move on to the next. I would get the back all done and then the quarters, then move to the rockers and the floor. That was my original plan, Geek. Yeah. But where this kind of spiraled out of control, dude, is that, okay, to hang the quarter panel, right? I need the door jamb going all the way down to the rocker. And I was like, okay, just rebuild the door jamb. I can't rebuild the door jamb if the rocker is gone, and that's where the beer can was, right? Like, can't do that. So I have to rebuild the rocker in order to hang the quarter, in order to finish the back of the car. That's how this happened. Add struts like you did on the trunk. Yep. We could strut everything together. Okay, do the rockers first then. Yeah, I think we might have to do it on both sides, dude. That's why I'm kind of thinking like, okay, work from the ground up. So if I do the inner rockers, right, we patch up those inner rockers, right? We get some replacement outer rockers. I got a wedgie. Put the outer rockers in. That'll give me something to build on here. Repair both the rear door jambs, because both the B pillars and the A pillars are fine, right? And then work our way back, hang the quarters, get the quarters right, and then once all that structure is rebuilt at the back of the car, cut the floor out, do left and right pan, and then do the transmission cross member. I think that'll be good. How did you figure out how to get something square? Measure. Triangulation, dude. If one point, you measure a point on the left front part of the car, and then measure a point on the back right part of the car. That's a certain distance, right? If you measure on the front right to back left and it's the same distance, you're square. Simple as that. That's what the factory manual says to do. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so priority 1 is rockers on both sides, which means I have to slice that quarter out on the other side too. Geek, I think before we do any of that, dudes, it probably is a good idea to work on the back panel. Get the back panel right, and then set it so we square off the back of the car. C-Last, what's up, Snarfer? Faced with the same issue, you use roll bar steel in between the inner and outer rocker. Cut out the vat and welded what was good left to the new steel. Roll bar steel in between the inner and outer rocker. Geek, my thing with this is that this thing is roached. It doesn't look bad from far away. There's a bunch of holes on complex pieces of geometry that I'm frankly not sure how I'm going to make. That's why I've been avoiding it. That's why I've been avoiding it like the plague, dude. Because some of this I just don't. So first of all, it's 24 gauge steel. It's very, very thin. Have you seen Jay Leno's 54 Coronet Suburban wagon? Yeah, I've seen that. Can we see better? Yeah, sure. Here, let me pull it off. So the back part of this doesn't look too bad. If you look at it, it doesn't look too bad, but look. See all that? Tin worm. Now, look at the back of the bottom of this. See that? It's okay. The whole top part where the taillights are and everything is fine. It's just that bottom part. And the parts around where it's going to, where it attaches to the trunk extensions, those are hosed. Those are completely gone. There's also just tons of pinholes in it, dude. It's not great. It's not great. But, I mean, I could fix it. The other thing is, like, okay, could buy another one. They're $500. If we buy another one, we'd have to take the centerpiece off that holds the trunk latch because they don't make it with that. And that could fix that problem. I would really like to not do that, but also, how many of those holes do you think you can plug? See, Kraken, if this was 16 gauge steel, I would have already fixed it. It's 24 gauge. The welder is gonna blow through it. You're gonna be blowing through pinholes all day. The right way to do this is to cut it out. Cut out the rot and then replace it with plates and then hope that your seam welds don't blow through as well. I don't know how to TIG, dude. You're never getting your kitchen. Thank you, Bree. Love you. I mean, on the other hand, guys, on the other hand, try to fix it. Let's just try and fix it. Like, why not? Okay, we break it. Okay, say we try to fix it. We cut out a panel. We blow through. All right. It was already junk. If you're a body man, I'd say going, loving you, I love you too, just kicking you when you're down. I did, Bastardo, and she agreed to it. Hey, got it in words, man. Coronet, yeah, Dodge made the Coronet from like after World War II, well into the 70s, dude. Yeah, Coronet was a long time nameplate. But yeah, that's where I'm, Geek, that's where I'm at. Like, it'd be nice. I would like to fix this to save some time, but this is a little bit out of my skill set here. But, whatever, man. I mean, worst case scenario, what we do, you know, we get another patch, put the patch in, and then we take this, we hang it up, and I put the tail lights, you know, put a junk set of tail lights in here, and then I put it up on the wall, and then we have the back of a Coronet. It looks like it's sticking out of the wall. Stream the eventual kitchen remodel to cover the cost of the remodel. Actually, Rares, that's a pretty good idea. I like you, chat. Write hot bungarus on it. On this one and hang it on the wall? Yeah, absolutely. If we do that, dude, I absolutely will. Problem is streaming inside our house. Yeah, just cover up the windows. It'll be fine. I mean, if we're doing cooking streams, Bree, you know, like. No, Buck, so that's exactly it. All of this is a tax write-off. Guys, this isn't like some shady thing to do. I write off all the car parts, everything. Snowblower parts, not that we spent any money on those, but I did spend money on snowblower parts once upon a time. Every single panel here I wrote off because it's the business. They're parts for the business. It's for the content, right? So it's kind of in my not best interest, but it is, you know, like you'd want to buy more panels, right? So you can pay less taxes. And at least we get something out of it, you know? Geek, but I mean, for what it's worth, I do agree with you. This is, that's going to be tough to fix, man. And you know, who knows, dude? Maybe in the future, when I'm better at this, we take it off and we put that on another car that's hosed, you know? Like, I would watch you cook even though I hate cooking. I make cooking easy, dude. You think I like cooking a 3-course meal after working a 10-hour shift? No, dude, I make stuff that you can make quick. I call it streamer food. It's just something that you can make relatively fast. It's way cheaper than dining out or ordering out, right? And it's not hard to make. You really can't screw it up. Yeah, Geek, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, we can buy a new rear valance. I mean, that's gonna, yeah, that's probably a good idea. You could just be Whistling Diesel and the Tennessee Department of Revenue. Yeah. Solo, you've been watching this stream a long time. You know good and well, that's, you know, if that's how, my views on this is like, if that's how you want to make content, go ahead, dude. I ain't about to get arrested for content, man. Not that that's what happened to Cody either. Like, I know what happened to him. Like, it's kind of bullcrap that they're going after him, but hey, whatever. Like, I kind of agree with him. It's kind of bull, but also, that ain't my style. You know that. Heck, you could even try replacing the metal in the taillight to get experience with manufacturing. Yeah. I mean, Crackin', dude, look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I like fixing cars. What do I always tell you about cars? Cars are accessible. They're an accessible way to learn how to weld, to learn how to fabricate, to learn how to make stuff, manufacture things, right? They're a very accessible and easy-ish way to learn how to build rockets. That's where I'm at, dude. Think of it this way. You want it to last. Unless you cut all that thin stuff out and replace it, it's going to blow through eventually. Yeah. No, you have a certain something for that. Welcome to my underground lair. You gonna become Raytheon in the garage? Gotta get your L1 cert somehow, dudes. All right, so we had a good brainstorming session there. Here's what we're gonna do. I don't want to. I'm gonna buy another one of these. I'm gonna buy another one, and we'll, when we get this, we'll line everything up, we'll tack everything back into place, and then actually, if we do that and we finish the rear of this thing, dudes, we should be able to just close the trunk. I should be able to cut all the bracing out. As long as we get this right and get everything nice and aligned. You know? Holy Nike snarfer. New rear end for EJ? Dude, that's a $500 super chat. Okay, all right, there you go. There's a new one. Thanks, man. Jeez. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Okay. After this stream, I'll buy it. We'll buy it and I'll ship it up this way. We're going to get pinned on a freight charge, but I'll cover the freight charge cost. You footed the bill for it, so. All right. So that's what we're going to do. Start here, rebuild the rear structure of the car. I'll probably tack that. I won't keep it. We won't weld it all the way in until we get quarters. From there, we got to do this to the other side of the car. I got to replace the wheel well and everything. And then inner rocker panels, outer rocker panels. Rebuild the inner wheel well. Make sure the inner and outer wheelhouse are good. And then we hang the quarter. Then we buy the quarters and we hang the quarters. That's what I was saving up for. Damn, dude, you just made that a lot easier. I really appreciate it, but yeah. Snarfer, thank you very much. We will get Brimo her kitchen. Yeah. Jeepers creepers. Thanks, man. Thank you. You didn't need to do that. I really appreciate it though, bro. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, so get the back done. We got to zap that out. We got to zap out the other rocker. I got to buy the patch rocker pieces. Those are $70, so those are easy. That's an easy fix, like easy thing to buy. And we just cut out all the bad parts of the rocker, replace it with that. Make sure the inner rockers are super reinforced. Inner and outer rockers, once that's done over there. And then, once again, on the other side, I have to do the wheel well like this, the outer wheelhouse and the trunk extension. And, yeah. Man. Can't see me. I can do 3D kitchen cabinet renderings, but you should work with a cabinet guy in your area. My uncle's a GC. He knows a cabinet guy. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's 9 o'clock, Bree. We can do that. All right, yeah, guys, I got some homework to do. Snarfer, thanks, man. You rock. Jeez, that helps me a lot, actually. Thank you, guys. This is I do this for education to teach myself, but I also want to show you that this is not that hard. It is a lot of work, but if you're just persistent, you'll get it. And dude, like I said, I started this project knowing nothing about welding or bodywork. I know nothing about either one of those things. Now I know. You know, so, oh dear. So yeah, that's what we'll do. I'll go buy this tonight. I'll have it shipped up. We'll get the AMD one. The AMD one is super nice, dude. It's as close as you're gonna get to a factory stamping. Autometal Direct, not AMD the processors. Sorry. Thank you. Yeah, so, all right. I got some homework to do. I'm going to do that. I'm hanging my hearing protection on this camera so I remember where it is. You learn to become a grinder despite welding 5 times more. Now he knows to never do this again. Yeah. An expectation of this project was to figure out what a car that's too far gone means. This car is way too far gone if you're trying to make money. But we're doing this to learn, so it's okay. Oh, dude, this is gonna be sick. Yeah, patch those inners. All right, dudes, I'm just rambling at this point. So I'll go back into the, we'll go back into the office, and we'll go from there. Hanging ear protectors. He just gave Chad a hug. Yeah. Guys, thank you. Thank you for all the support. That's the camera that's working. Thank you for all the support. I will finish this. I will. And I ain't asking for contributions. I appreciate it. It's not expected, though. As far as I'm concerned, Chad has already allocated enough money for this project. It's just going to take some time. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. These are fun streams. I enjoy it. But anyway. So, yeah. I am, yeah, we're going to go buy that thing and, yeah, we'll buy a new rear. I screwed up the word rear. It's going to be sick. All right, dude, stand by for loss of signal from the shop as expected. Okay, I'm back in the office. Reminder to dig out the Jackery to charge the mic. I already did that. The Jackery's charging in the house. So guys, I'm going to shut it down. I'm going to go buy those parts. Starfer, thank you so much. Ever's had some bits. Get some nice spices for Brimo too. Will do. Will do. Yeah. I'll get those parts, and when they come in, we'll start zapping. Well, I don't know if we're gonna zap the rear end, the back end in. We'll probably self-tapper it in, at least initially, because I don't want to weld that thing in and then try to hang the quarter panels on it and have the quarter panels be all wrong. So yeah, we'll zap that in, and then yeah, I gotta do to the driver's side what we just did to the passenger side. So I'm gonna head out, guys. I'm gonna head out a little bit early. Tomorrow I'll take another stab at Winter. Oh, that's right, I died in Winter Car. Take another stab at it. Start building another one. Oh, thanks, Everest. Right on. All right, dudes. So, Winter Car with crowd control. Summer Car at how many deaths it happens. Yep. All right. Well, I'm going to buy these parts, and what's today? Tuesday? I don't even know what day it is. Yeah. Okay. So tomorrow we'll Winter Car it up. We got to start over. That's going to suck. October? Oh, it's Buy Parts Day. Yeah, it's Nudie Buy Parts Day. See, you forgot about it just until now. Yep. I am who I am. Starfer, thank you. Thank you, everybody that supports the project. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Winter Car. And we'll go from there. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a good night.